everybody. Not sure if this sound's going to turn out good on this video. A nice little waterfall behind me. I'm in Labrador right now. I've been meaning to do this video for a little while just to tell you guys why I called the channel Jack of All Issues. So I'm an electrical engineer, and I'm actually up here on a job today up in Labrador, and so I make a pretty decent living solving other people's problems. And so when I started this channel over a year ago, I wanted to give back to people, like, for free, you know. So instead of exchanging my my problem solving skills for a living, for money, I wanted to give it for free. So Jack of All Issue is basically going to be a channel dedicated to free advice, everything from home building to gardening to landscaping to how to save on heating bills, food bills, you know. I'll be sharing some of the crazy things I've done over the years. I built an electric snowblower with a VFD. I've designed in the mine a 400 horsepower mobile mine substation with 400 horsepower of VFD capacity for dewatering pumps. Right now I'm working for a customer that's doing Bitcoin mining, and I'm developing some preheat solutions with those guys. And I would hope that, you know, maybe this channel, if I'm blessed, grows and get lots of subscribers, and I'm able to use that to fund some of my more humanitarian ideas. So one of them is a sawmill that gets all its energy from the sawdust. So it's a sawmill that works off sawdust, basically. So that would, and then what I'm trying to do with that one is it'll be a combination of a sawmill, a generating plant, a kiln, and it'll produce, the byproducts will be water, distilled water, and ashes and wood chips. So the goal is to come onto a woodlot and basically harvest the trees, turn them into water, lumber, wood chips, and ashes. And those are all components. So the water, the wood chips, and the ashes are all components for gardening and making a really amazing garden. So I'm hoping that with time I'll get to build this thing. I did build a prototype. The sawmill part works. This next version I want to build is going to be fully automated. So I'm hoping that that sawmill idea is something that is attractive to South American countries where people don't have a whole lot to, they don't have a lot of money, and so what the sawmill does is it solves the shelter problem. So you get the lumber, you build a shelter, solves the water, clean water, distilled water comes from it, and it solves the the food problem, because the wood chips and the ashes can be used for a garden. So I'm going to be doing some crazy stuff in the garden. One of my goals is to grow and harvest bananas in Nova Scotia, and some citrus and some exotic fruits. So hence the piece of land I bought, the 4.7 acres. And then I plan to heat that using decomposing wood chips. The steam coming out of these piles. You can see that steam really hot. And if I put my hand in there, I would say, oh, it's in the 70 degrees Celsius, 60 degrees Celsius. It's really hot. So all these wood chip videos I've been making lately, it's just the beginning of, I'm just setting up the basis here, the groundwork for what's to come. Other thing I'm planning to do is also use thermal heat. So basically using the heat from the ground to help heat my greenhouse. So it'll be maybe a combination of the wood chips and thermal heat. I plan to do all kinds of things with water, that water feature I show on my initial land, the summer or spring land video, I guess. There's a view from the other side of that pond. Gorgeous little spot here. Kinds of birds chirping. The gardening I'm going to be doing on my land is hopefully going to be the beginning of a self-sustainability. And contrary to a lot of people on YouTube who are doing gardens and everything's by hand, and I'm going to be trying to mix a balance of nature and technology. I don't believe in, humans should regress to the caveman days and do everything as cavemen did. I am an engineer, so I am a man of science. So I don't believe in that. But I do believe that we need to use nature and do things that are in line with nature. So as humans, we are the masters of this planet. And we can choose to improve it or bring it to deterioration. So my goal is that the videos I'll be showing you guys will be showing you how to improve your lands. And then finally, I went through a very powerful conversion in September 8, 2016. And it had been over a year I'd been preparing for confession and been doing a lot of reading, preparing. I wrote down all my sins that I could discern. And before that confession, I had very severe symptoms of MCS. And you can see by my last video that I now own a Kubota tractor, so it's a diesel tractor. So anybody with MCS will be wondering what is somebody with MCS doing driving a tractor with diesel fumes. I went into confession. Lasted about an hour and a half. I'll make a more detailed video someday about it. But anyways, when I came out, my sensitivity, the sensitive part of MCS was gone. I could no longer smell a human from 400 feet away. My wife was more sensitive than I was. And so the videos on religion that I'd be doing on this channel are sincere from the bottom of my heart. And I'm going to try to keep it denominational neutral as much as possible, even though I am a devout Catholic. but I will do some videos clarifying some points. But my goal isn't to bring everybody to necessarily to believe exactly what I believe, but mostly to give them a chance to test God and to ask God and let God teach them, like He did with me. And it's quite amazing what He does, the way He works, you know. So yeah, so there'll be some videos on all kinds of issues. On this channel, so God bless. Jack out.